Let me click record. Share my screen. So we will wait one more minute to, just in case some people are running late. There's an app. Okay. So we'll get started now. So hello everyone. Thank you all for being here today and coming. This is our orientation and welcome. And for our agenda today, we're going to start off with the land acknowledgement. We're then going to move on into some learning outcomes, some introductions. We're going to then have a program overview and then talk some about the expectations and accountability of the mentors and mentees. And we're going to have an icebreaker. And then we're going to talk about some goals, and we're going to have an opportunity to be in breakout rooms. And then finally, we're going to talk about what's next, what's after this event. So to start us off, I'm going to pass it to Gerardo, who's going to talk about the land acknowledgement for us.
Well, thank you for that, Omar. Before I do begin with our land acknowledgement, I want to say that I've just dropped a link in the chat for you all to follow, just in case you are not anywhere on Cal Poly Pomona grounds. If you are located in any other regional area, feel free to visit that link and learn more about the lands in which you are residing in. And I do want to say before we do get started with anything else is that we are encouraging all of you all participants to have your cameras on. There might be a few of you students that have certain circumstances, may not be able to have your cameras on. So in that case, please reach out and direct message to either myself or Omar and let us know. But we are encouraging you all to please have your cameras on so that way we can have a better facilitation of this program. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce this land acknowledgement. So we would like to recognize that we are in Gabrielino and Tongva lands. They're the original peoples and caretakers of this land. We want to say that we are grateful to work as guests here in what is today Los Angeles County. It's the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Gabrielino/Tongva. We want to ask that each of us tread lightly, humbly, and with open hearts. We want to pay our respects to the Gabrielino and Tongva peoples, to our ancestors, elders, and all other relations, past, present, and emerging. And like I mentioned at the beginning, if you're not residing in Cal Poly Pomona area, if you're anywhere else, we do want to encourage you to look up the original caretakers of the land that you are currently residing on, and follow that link in the chat that I have dropped for you all.
Thank you, Gerardo. So now I think it's important for all of us, all of you, to know the staff of the Cesar Chavez East Center for Higher Education. So I'm gonna pass it to our interim coordinator, so she could introduce herself.
Thank you, Omar. So hi, everyone. I don't think I've gotten a chance to be here yet because I wanted to make sure to introduce myself. So my name is Christina Cruz. My pronouns are she, her, ella. And like Omar mentioned, I'm the interim coordinator of SECHE. So I'll be in the center and I'll be at these meetings occasionally. I'm here to support. I'm really excited to see what's happening this semester. So with that, I'll pass it back to Omar.
Thank you. So I know I haven't had the opportunity to meet or connect with some of the mentees. So hello everyone, my name is Omar. My pronouns are he, his, ed, and I am the assistant coordinator. And I'm working alongside with our social justice leader, Gerardo, who now I'm gonna pass it to him to introduce himself.
Thank you once again, Omar. Thank you, Christina. My name is Gerardo Jimenez. I am one of the social justice leaders here at the Cesar E. Chavez Center. The pronouns that I prefer to use are he, him, his. And then we're going to move along.
Thank you, Gerardo. So we're going to start off with some learning outcomes. So by the end of this event, students will be able to identify a personal and professional goal that you all hope to accomplish throughout the mentorship program. Students will have a general understanding of the peer mentorship program goals and expectations. And finally, students will be able to identify their roles and responsibilities as peer mentees and mentors. So I think since we all, the staff introduce yourselves, I also want to have an opportunity for you all to introduce yourselves. So we have a set of questions, and we're gonna go around. So whoever would like to go first, and feel free to popcorn another person. By the way, the questions that are going to be asked is your name, are you a mentor, mentee, your major, and do you prefer tea or coffee? So whoever would like to go first.
I can go first. Hi everyone, I'm Christy. I'm a mentee. I'm a hospitality major with an emphasis in event planning, and I prefer tea.
So far, one tea. Okay, I'm counting. By the way, Christy, if you want to popcorn somebody else.
Sure. I popcorn to Abigail.
Hello, my name is Abigail, and I'm a mentor. And my major is biology, and I prefer tea. Then I popcorn to Sabino.
Hi everyone, my name is Sabino. I'm a mentor. My major is English, specifying in TESOL, and I prefer tea.
It looks like tea's winning so far. Who do you want to popcorn, Sabino?
Let's do Katrina. Kat.
Hi everyone, my name is Kat. I prefer to go by Kat, but I'm not going to be hurt if you call me Katrina. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am actually one of the new mentors here. My major is liberal studies with an emphasis in general studies, and I prefer tea. And I forgot I have to popcorn. I'll popcorn to Luis.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luis, and I'm a mentor with a major in Spanish and minors in history and philosophy. And I guess you could say I prefer tea. I prefer matcha, which is derived from tea, I guess. Oh, and then I'll popcorn to, is it Berlin?
Yeah, my name is Berlin. I'm a mentee. My major is political science and I prefer tea. I popcorn Maryland.
Hi, I'm Marilyn. I'm a mentee and I'm an ethnic studies major and I prefer tea as well. And I'll popcorn Misty.
Hi, sorry if there's like noise in the background. My name's Misty. I'm a new mentor. My major is business administration with the emphasis in finance, and I'm probably the only one that prefers coffee.
Yay, one coffee.
I'm going to popcorn to Alondra.
Hi, my name is Alondra. I'm a mentee. I'm majoring in electrical engineering and I prefer tea. And I popcorn to Brianne.
Hi guys, my name is Brianne. My major is sociology and I prefer coffee too.
Do we have anybody else that hasn't gone?
Yes, I can go.
Oh, thank you.
My name is Aiko. I am a mentor. My major is botany and I prefer coffee.
We missing anybody else, or is that it?
It's me. But hi
Okay.
everyone, my name is Natalie. I am a mentee this semester. My major is applied anthropology and I actually prefer coffee.
Oh, okay. So far we have 4 coffee and the rest are teas, okay? Are we missing anybody or is that all?
Hi,
Okay.
my name is Karen and I'm a sociology major and I prefer coffee.
Okay, coffee, 5 coffee, okay. Thank you, Karen. Anybody else that hasn't gone? No? Okay. Well, I guess I will say what I prefer now. I prefer tea. I love tea. I'm just curious to know what Christina and Gerardo prefer, like tea. Are they coffee or tea?
Coffee, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, coffee's coming back for the win. I love coffee.
Okay.
Have my cup of coffee right here.
Although Gerardo took a large caffeine break from coffee and this lasted, I think, a few weeks, maybe less.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna completely downplay on all the tea drinkers. When I don't have coffee and I'm weaning off coffee, it is absolutely tea. So I'm on both sides here.
Okay, sounds good.
I did not mention earlier, my major is urban and regional planning with an emphasis in resiliency, sustainability, and the environment.
Thank you. Thank you, Hel. Thank you, Christina. Thank you all for sharing. It's good to know that there's more people like tea, but there's also a good amount of people that like coffee. Okay, let's keep moving forward. Sorry, went back. Wait, oops, sorry. Technical. Okay. So I think it's important because the mentorship program, it's part of the Cesar Chavez for higher education. I think it's important for you all to know a little bit of the history of Cesar Chavez. So Sanchez committed to increasing the outreach, recruitment, retention, graduation, and cultural pride of Chicanx, Latinx at Cal Poly Pomona. Student activism in 1993 aimed at establishing a more inclusive campus. Seche was a result of 2-year demands by Cal Poly Pomona Raza students, supportive community reps, and Latinx leaders. On May 7th, 1993, approximately 120 students gathered on campus, a wide protest and march carrying a coffin signifying the death of diversity on campus. During that time. Something that's very interesting is that this coffin still stands in our center today, and it represents a symbol of our past struggles. So peer mentorship program overview. So funding is an effort to further support students during the personal, academic, and professional journey. It was designed for current Cal Poly Pomona students who identify as Latinx, and that allows for connections between peers to support one another throughout undergrad career. And it was made for first years, second years, and transfer students to serve as mentees, and they're paired with upper class students who are more familiarized with Cal Poly Pomona for at least 2 years. And such a mentorship program is meant to be a year long. In this case, a semester long commitment. For mentors and mentees, and like the pilot program, it derives from semester long, similar to the academic transition consists made during spring 2020. So there is a pilot program that took place last spring, and this is our second time doing this program, and we are excited that you're all part of it. I'm now going to pass it to Gerardo, who's going to talk to us about some expectations and accountability from both mentees and mentors.
Yeah, thank you for that, Omar. Okay, so it is important for us to highlight that there are certain expectations and ways in which we hope to keep you all accountable for participating in this program. So for mentees, if you participated and expressed interest in wanting to be a mentee, then that's because you likely want to have a sense of belonging. So the goal for this program for the mentees is to feel like they have a sense of belonging on campus and have a sense of community. So being able to feel like other students are able to support them, which is going to be the role of the mentors here at Cal Poly Pomona. You are going to hopefully and likely we will be able to give you all a leadership development and professional development experience. So the anticipated time commitment for this program is 25 to 30 hours per academic year. The pilot program, essentially the original idea for this mentorship program was to have been 2 semesters long, though the pilot program functioned in just 1 semester long. So this program as well is going to function just as the pilot program, which is that 1 semester long. Last semester, we focused more on the logistics and the preparation for this semester. So it is anticipated that you're going to spend about 13 to 15 hours per semester. So the tentative breakdown below is orientation for mentors and mentee, which is once a year is today, which is the 2 hours expected. The monthly group meetings are expected to be from 1.5 hours. Monthly meetings with the mentors should be generally about an hour, and the leadership conference is about an hour and a half. So below you can see that mentees are expected to meet the program's goals through being able to meet with their mentors and being able to participate and learn from one another, attending the professional development opportunities that are hosted by SECHA and Cal Poly Pomona, and building community with the mentor and the entire SECHA mentorship program. So we want to express that it is important that you are aware of the expectations that you have and are able to keep yourselves accountable. So again, the mentee expectations is 1, availability. Being able to meet and communicate with your mentor outside of your monthly meeting. So it is important that you are able to meet and communicate with your mentors, have active participation, and being able to fully participate in the relationship that you will eventually be forming with your mentor. Communication is a big one. Being able to communicate honestly with mentors and mentees is something that we want to highlight, so that way we can facilitate these programs and have a better understanding. The advocacy of taking initiative and being able to seek help when you need the help, being able to listen, being open to the mentor's advice and perhaps giving suggestions, and being respectful, understanding that everyone is different and welcoming everyone and everything, regardless of their beliefs. So just having that in mind as well. So for the mentor expectations is generally going to be about the same. Mentors, the only difference is that you're in a position to be able to provide support for other students as well, being able to develop leadership skills as well as personal and professional development. The anticipated commitment is likely the same as the mentees, which is 30 to 35 hours academic year, 15 to 18 hours per academic semester. And the breakdown again is similar to the last one, 2 to 4 hours onboarding. Mentors participated in the mentorship onboarding plus this orientation and welcome, which is generally about 4 hours. So again, onboarding was 2 hours, monthly group meetings, monthly meetings with the mentee, and the leadership conference is the same as expressed earlier with the mentees. Mentor expectations is we are expecting mentors to be able to achieve the program's goals by being able to work with their mentees on the following, which is helping your mentees reach specific goals, which we will later outline for you all. Planning bonding times that allow for learning to happen both on mentors and mentees. Again, going back to communication, it's going to be essential for you all to communicate with each other on planning these times for these learnings to happen on your one-on-one meetings, attending the professional development opportunities hosted through SECHA, and participating in the mentor onboarding prior to being paired with mentees, which you have already done. So moving forward, so we have similar expectations. So as a mentor, we've expressed that having availability and communication, especially for the mentees, is essential. So being able to meet and communicate with your mentees outside of just these monthly meetings is going to be essential and crucial, because the whole point of the mentorship program is to be able to facilitate support to help students navigate. So being able to have the availability and communication outside of these program and events is going to be essential. Being able to be an advisor and facilitator. So helping mentees think, learn, and grow. And there's going to be different programs throughout the semester in which we are going to facilitate certain things, learn different thinking skills, learn how to learn, and different growth opportunities. The advocacy, so supporting mentors, mentees in the development for their careers. There's going to be a lot of career development dialogue that we will be having this semester, and I believe we have a career development program that we are anticipating to have. Being a role model as well. Setting examples, values, ethics, and professional practices as a mentee is something we're expecting out of all of our mentors. Networking, helping your mentees build professional networks with professionals. We are all students here. We are all on the same page. We're working towards a similar goal, no matter what our backgrounds, experiences, or majors may be. So it is important for us to help build professional networks with other professionals as well. Being informed, so being aware of the college resources and support to mentees. Mentors, you all are aware that you have access to your resource guide. So being able to offer different resources to mentees as needed and being aware of other resources on campus is essential. And again, being respectful. So understanding that everyone is different and being welcoming regardless of beliefs. So as you all know, we have a mentorship agreement form. Mentors, you have all, for the most part, submitted the mentorship agreement form, and I have just given access this morning to all of our mentees as well. So you all should have received access to this agreement form, which we will be expecting you all to please review, print, sign, and then email back to us. So we've shared this mentorship agreement form with our mentors, and they have all had access, viewing access to it through their Gmail accounts. But for most of you mentees, I do have your student Outlook account. So in any case, if you're not able to see that I've given you access to this form, please let us know after, so that way we can figure out an alternative to make sure that you have this form and get it back to us on time. We are also going to facilitate an icebreaker now for this other part. And this icebreaker is, as we all know, meeting new people and being a part of a new team can at first be a little overwhelming, and it's new. So we would like to just break the ice by start asking questions. So the first question that we're going to ask is, what team accomplishment in your life makes you the proudest? And if we have time, we're going to move on to a second question, which will be, if we were to visit your hometown, what local spots would you suggest that we see? So to start off, I'm going to break the ice first and answer the first question for you all. What team accomplishment in your life makes you the proudest? And I'm just going to flat out say this. I have this super large energy for you all. When I was in high school, I participated in in an internship in which I did habitat restoration, and the supervisor there was able to give me the resources that I needed to participate in other programs. So I did a 22-day backpacking trip in the Sierra Nevada Alpine Forest. I peaked at 13,568 feet peak mountain on that trip. But one of the biggest things that we accomplished during that trip is I literally went on a 22-day backpacking trip with no cell phone. And I was out there with people I'd never met before from all different parts of the country. And as our final challenge, so throughout the course of this program, we learned to separate different roles. We learned to make dinner out of beans and rice, collect water and, iodine it, so that way we can avoid bacteria. And we were expected to travel without our instructors out of this really big canyon. And we were expected to look at the maps, study the topography, look at everything. We had been super tired after several weeks of backpacking. We were expected to navigate our way outside of this canyon on our own. A lot of my group members were tired and there was a lot of stuff arising. And I kind of took the leadership role because I was very interested in topography. My group was getting ready to, give up and, get their walkie-talkie and call the instructors and say, hey, we're lost. We don't know how to get out of here. But I kind of took that leadership role and I was like, hey, we've got this. Right now, we are pretty tired. Let's look for some water first. Let's figure out where we are, get ourselves hydrated, do what we have to do, look at the maps, maybe all take a look at it at the same time. And nonetheless, we were able to just get everyone else, okay, on the same page, hydrated, figure it out. And we were able to navigate and complete the final challenge as a group in unity together and get out of the wilderness, which is pretty scary. We're out there with no cellular devices, no other thing. We have our instructors, they're following us in close proximity, but they're not gonna reveal themselves to us because that is a final challenge for us to get out of there. So that is the biggest accomplishment in my life that makes me the proudest, that I was able to help everyone else feel better in a situation that is otherwise sometimes dangerous. So if anyone else would like to share, please feel free.
Can I go? Okay, so for me, one of the biggest team accomplishments is that as a transfer student, I went to San Monica College and I actually ran cross country and track and field. So, and our team, or like more specifically, like the women's team was really small. And for me, I think like what was really hard and sometimes like challenging is just like trying to find that teamwork and the camaraderie. Only because sometimes it's really difficult to try to like get past those physical hurdles, those mental hurdles. And for me, I had to kind of step up on the plate because I realized like I had a lot of like, you know, like I felt empowered, especially as being Latina, to take on the role, you know, to help out my team, and to bring kind of like that community that we really needed. So for me, like that was really big. And also really, it took time too to kind of work into that kind of like group work effort because, you know, we didn't really know each other. We all had different like fitness levels. And for me, I think it was really important to kind of have that sense of just like belonging. And for me, that was really big because I realized like, you know, despite like these different, you know, like goals that we have, like with similar like the ambitions that we all want to achieve, which is, you know, to go to like championship at this collegiate level. So yeah, that would be my accomplishment. Makes me proud. I still run too, and I still like keep up with the team here and there to advocate for them when they can, when they have races.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to share? I mean, I guess I could share something. When I had finished my undergrad, I had the opportunity to work for a trio program called Upper Bell, and I serve as a residence counselor. And I had an opportunity to work as a team with other RCs and come up with these different activities and ways to have students be engaged. And I think just learning from one another and having like all working for the same goal, it was just incredible. I think we created great activities, and that was something that made me very like satisfied. So whoever else would like to share.
I can go. So I'm a folklorico dancer. I've been dancing for 14 years, and 2 years ago, my dance teacher, she asked me if I could come in and start teaching. So I've been teaching folklorico for 2 years, and I work Monday through Friday. The youngest I teach is 18 months. And that's like one of my biggest accomplishments, especially with the group, because I've been there for so long, and now I get to teach kids about their culture, and it's a blessing, honestly. So that's my proudest moment, I guess.
I could go next. So basically in my community, I grew up volunteering. My mom was very like a single mother that wanted us to get like every opportunity we could. And so at a young age, I started volunteering with kids, and I was about like high school. And so I used to do this one program. It was like a Bible study kind of camp thingy that we had at our church. But it was in the summertime for all of the parents that, you know, couldn't afford daycare centers and stuff like that. So, you know, you dropped off your kids in the morning. Whenever you could get them, you can get them. And as I got older, this program like lost its main funding. And so they didn't have any more workers, or nobody was going in to help out. So me and one of my friends, we decided that since they were going to basically just shut down the camp entirely, that we were going to run it. So we started from the ground up. We put our money together, and so we funded it. And so we had a whole summer with these kids. And I think honestly, that was probably like a changing moment that I realized no matter where I come from, no matter like, even if it's $10 here and there, like it makes such a huge difference, especially on these little kids, like the biggest smiles on their face, and they don't realize, you know, everything that went into it. I didn't realize what went into it until I finally did it myself. But it definitely gave me a better view of like, I want to give back as much as I can, because you don't realize how much it affects you until you're on the opposite end and you're giving back to your own community. So I think that was my proudest moment.
Thank you. And I also like feel free to like if you don't maybe you don't have an experience yet with team accomplishments. If you could answer question number 2, feel free to go on that as well. We have those 2 different questions, so if somebody feels like they could answer number 2, feel free to do that as well.
I can answer number 1. I think for me, it was during my sophomore year, so 2019, when I became president of the Spanish club. We had I didn't think I was going to be president. Everyone else signed up for the rest of the positions. And then there was that vacancy left. Who's going to be president? And then a girl just shouted my name. And 2 of my professors who are tenured were there. So I'm like, shit, do I take it or don't take it? And then I took it. And then going in with that experience was intimidating. But then we planned, it's called it was a Dia de los Muertos back when we had the altars in person. It went very well. We sold I think it was ponche and tortas, which no one else sold, which was very nice. And we had an event that we do every year, which is Noche de Cultura, which I'm not sure some of you are familiar, but it's basically organizing a big old event, 2 to 3 hours with performances that represent not only Mexico, but Latin America. And we had everything set up. Like we had ASI, the DJ, the lights, the permits, and everything. And COVID hit. So it was still great delegating with everyone, with the roles and all of that. But yeah, I think that was a fairly good moment for me and my team.
I can go next. Just to kind of like piggyback off what Luis said. I'm currently on board for a club here at Kapolei Pomona. It's Nikkei Student Union. It's a Japanese American club. I am half Japanese and half Hondureña. So there's kind of like my background. That's why I'm here too. I am culture night coordinator for NSU. I was actually culture night coordinator 2 years ago, and we were kind of like gearing up for the last few weeks for when it was going to happen. It was going to happen in April, but we all know what happened in March 2020. So similar to you, Luis, we also got canceled. But I reapplied for board this year, and this is kind of my redemption year for Culture Night. But it's very similar, where we have the Culture Night coordinator has to write a script that's like an hour long, and we have to coordinate with all the different external clubs on campus to perform between scenes. And we have a different dance group that also performs just based off of our own club. And it's it's like a 2-3 hour long night of just culture and stuff too. But technically it hasn't been accomplished yet, but I'm very confident that I'll definitely be my proudest moment once the day comes.
I could go next to answer number 1, because for number 2, my hometown is very small and we have to go to the next town over to see anything cool. But team accomplishment that I'm very proud of is after graduating, I was able to go teach English in China with one of the professors in the TESOL department. And we spent a good about month and a half preparing our lessons and just building like team bonds with other students, graduate students. And I remember my partner that year for our team, because we were teaching songs to the students in China, is that he was having a very difficult time learning the music because he just couldn't hear like the melody or the tones. And so our professor, the one who was teaching, telling us to go and teach, was giving us a really hard time and saying like, well, if you're not going to get this, then maybe you both shouldn't go. And it was, I like to consider myself not a quitter, and I always try my best and I try to uplift other people. So I remember I spent an entire weekend with him, practicing and getting the tones down, getting the melodies, getting everything, getting the beat, the counts. And he was very thankful for that. And to me, it showed that I had a lot of patience, something that I didn't think I was capable of. And then the end product was that a lot of the students, once we were there, really, really enjoyed our class. But I think I was really proud too that when I got sick over there, I had my throat, I think I had a throat infection, was that my teammate took over the entire class for me. Like I remember I skipped one day because I was really bad, but once I started feeling better, I came in and I just kind of like guided the class with like movements because I couldn't talk. But that showed me that I could rely on someone else to take up the responsibility when I can't, because for me, I've always been kind of like on my own, and it's been very difficult to kind of ask for help. And I think for me, that was really that made me proud that I could ask for help and rely on other people and not feel so much pressure to do everything myself.
Thank you, Sabino. Anybody else would like to share? Maybe we'll take a few more and then we'll continue with our presentation. So if anybody wants to jump in.
I can go next. So I'm going to answer number one a little bit differently. I feel that my team accomplishment is ongoing. Currently, I work as a peer mentor for a trio support program on campus called Arches, and we support students with disabilities and students with low income and overall underrepresented group of students. And as a team, we work together to find the best ways that we can support them. We share resources with each other. We give tips to each other. Sometimes my other peer mentor and I will peer mentor each other. And overall, I feel that being able to support just overall an underrepresented group of students who don't really get support within education and experience inequity within their classrooms, I think overall that's an accomplishment for me, is to support them. So.
I'll share one really quick. So I was in undergrad, was really involved in an org, Hermanas Unidas. And so my last year, I served as like one of the co-presidents for it. And this was in Santa Barbara. And every year we'd plan a retreat where we would actually go like full on camping. And I am not like a pro expert at anything, like, no. And so I think that is one of those times where it's like a big team accomplishment, because tents, like, haha, that's funny if I could set one up myself. Like, no, I'll help, I'll assist. So it's like you kind of really have to rely on each other because you have no choice. But the other piece is my board, something, I don't think we had to do it, but we just did. I think it's to build like that community. We used to take turns overnight, like staying up to make sure like no animals are coming by or no one was coming near the tent. And so we'd be up from like 2 to 4 in the morning and 3 to like just these random like times, which was horrible. But it was really great too, because like we kind of built that within each other, relied on each other to wake the next person up, be up. So I think those types of accomplishments were really cool throughout my undergrad.
Thank you, Christina. Anybody else would like to jump in? Okay, we'll continue with our presentation then. Thank you all for sharing. Being in this program, it's helps with professional development. So I really want all you all mentees and mentors to think about goals, different goals, personal and professional goals. So I'm gonna go to my next slide. So I want you, we have a short activity for you. I want you to take 8 minutes to think about a personal and professional goal you hope to accomplish throughout this mentorship program. So you can either write it or just think about it. And we're gonna come back and share those goals that we hope to accomplish. And the goal of this mentorship program is to help you reach your goals, that personal and professional goal. So while you're all writing things down or thinking, I'm gonna be playing some music in the background. So I'm also gonna be putting the timer as well. Sorry, I just want to make sure I put the timer. I'm just gonna check the time really quick. Okay, you guys have about 4 minutes. If you guys have any questions about anything, just let us know. I'm gonna play one more song and then we will come back. Let me check the time. Okay, about 1 minute. Okay, I think we have about 4 seconds. Okay, I think time's up. So, are you guys all good with time? Or you guys need more time? No, I think we're good. Sorry. I'm gonna continue. It's sharing time. So, you either wrote your goals down or you really thought about what goals do you hope to accomplish throughout this mentorship program. So will anybody I would like to get us started and share their goals, their personal and professional goals they hope to accomplish throughout this program.
Sabina, go ahead.
Yeah, I think for me, the personal and the professional goals kind of tie in together. And I think for me, what I want most to help my mentee with or mentees with is to basically pass on a network that I've built here for myself at Pomona for all the time that I've been here. I know for me, that was one of the biggest things. And for many first-gen students, if you identify that way, can be to build a network, to have a network. Because sometimes, we might feel like that imposter syndrome kick in. But I think that having a network and starting to build a network, like as soon as you can, is one of the most important things that you can have to grow, not only as a student, but also as a young professional. And that's kind of like my goal, is to pass on that so that they can continue to pass that on to other students, and just paying it forward and keeping those doors to education open.
Thank you, Sabino. And would you have a personal goal or?
I kind of feel like they're tied together.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Thank you. Anybody else would like to share? Okay, Brianna, feel free to go unmute yourself if you like.
Hi, I kind of want to piggyback off that. So like for my personal growth, I want to really work on overcoming anxieties, being able to work towards like getting better towards my peers and feeling without feeling like fear and judgment. I feel like that's something I've always struggled with, even when I was younger in high school and college. And I'm really proud to join like this mentor because it's something that before, like my first year, I was very scared to do, and that kind of taught me to do that. So I'm really proud of myself for doing it, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then for professional growth, kind of the same. I want to feel more secure and more grounded in my role because I know I have like the potential in me. It's just my anxiety tend to overcome that. Yeah, I definitely want to feel more confident in whatever career choices.
Thank you for sharing, Brianna, and thank you for being very vulnerable with us and sharing your goals. We're definitely here to help you. Oh, were you going to say something else?
Oh no, just thank you.
Thank you, Brianna. Anybody else would like to share? You could go, Natalie.
Okay, so for my personal goal, I actually want to focus on being more assertive. And I say assertive because that kind of falls in line with like confidence and it comes with empowerment. And for me, I feel like I've been trying to build into my own identity. And also it's hard sometimes in some spaces to really like to be myself or to kind of express my own identity. So that's my personal goal. Whereas like my professional goal, it's looking for more opportunities on campus related to like my career interests or even to like my identity. And I say that because I haven't been on campus like in person. I transferred and it was online, and even like my last year at SMC before I transferred, it was also online. So I didn't really network as much as I wanted to, or as much as I would like to. But I think this semester definitely like I'm pushing myself to advocate a little bit more for me, and also to kind of find like what career I really want to like focus on. There's just so many avenues. But yeah, that's for me.
Thank you, Natalie. Anybody else would like to go next? Yeah, I have two. Okay. We have two that raise your hand, so whoever would like to go first.
I can go. Okay, so for professional goal, I would like to continue to develop my leadership and mentorship skills, just because I know that it's going to benefit me in the future. In the future, I like to go into academic advising for college students. So I know that that will definitely help out there. As for personal, I want to be able to support my peers during a really, I would say, difficult time with the pandemic and virtual learning. It can be really hard to stay motivated and to connect with others. So I know that I wanted that support when the pandemic first hit. So I want to be able to support my peers. And also, it could be a crucial time if they're just starting college. Having a mentor, I feel like, is very important. And just someone to connect to and talk with is very important for college students. And lastly, I want to be able to build a sense of community despite being online. I feel like I need to have that human connection still. And I hope that one day we can all meet in person as well. But I think this will also help us network with one another. So.
Thank you. And there's a few other people that raise their hand. So if you want to jump in.
I think on my end, professional wise, I would say, for my mentee or mentees to accomplish that it is whatever they set their minds to, because oftentimes, small victories add up, and next thing you know, you've accomplished so much that, imposter syndrome thought that you weren't going to be able to, but like small victories do add up. And as a personal, I would say for them to enjoy their time now that CPP is somewhat back to normal, because 18 months online, at least for me, was it was all right. I think I learned how to make the most of it, but nothing beats an in-person experience, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think it's hopefully getting that sense that they're in the college again and finding their community, and I definitely agree with that. Thank you, Luis. Anybody else would like to go next?
Yeah,
I can go next.
Sorry. Sorry, I understand that this is for mentees and mentors as well to share, but I also feel like inclined to put the spotlight on Christina. I know Christina says that she might be having to leave us a little sooner today because she is our Senate coordinator and she's got meetings going on. But I just want to put the spotlight on Christina and say that this program was the foundational work for this program was laid out by Christina in her previous work. So I just wanted to give her that spotlight and let you all know that because of Christina, we have this mentorship program because she really laid out this foundational work in order for us to have it today, and the pilot program. So my professional goal for this semester is to really be able to continue to work closely with Omar to facilitate this, and with Christina to really make that vision come to life for her. So that is my professional development or goal this semester. So sorry for whoever I interrupted, if you would like to go now.
No, thank you for bringing that up, Gerardo. That's very important because, like you said, if she didn't work and founded this mentorship program, we would not be here right now. But yeah, thank you for that, Gerardo. Who else would like to share? I know somebody else.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'll go next. For my own personal goal, the last time I was involved with Setse somewhat was my freshman year, and I'm a fourth year now. It was like during the Rasa commencement is when I kind of had an opportunity to kind of do something with Setse, and I'm really sad that I haven't been able to do anything till now. So I really want to be able to interact with the Latino community at CPP one last time before I graduate this spring. And for my own professional goals, I want to go into research and far along, but I do eventually want to be a PI, a principal investigator. So learning to make those one-on-one relationships and one-on-one connections is really important. So I really hope that I can kind of work on my mentorship abilities.
Thank you. Who would like to go next?
So I guess I'll share. I was actually a mentee the semester that it started the pilot. So being on a mentor side, I'm excited because I feel like I can instill like my resources and what I've learned how to navigate, especially as a transfer student, like someone said. And it's just a bittersweet moment because I am graduating spring 2022. So I'm just gonna savor the moment here in the space, and just as an undergrad, you only do it once. So yeah. I'm excited.
Well, we're glad that you're back, Karen, and thank you for sharing a little bit with us about your goals, and we're glad to have you here. Anybody else would like to go next? Sure.
I'm gonna quickly make a comment before I head out. So it's been great being here with you all and hearing all these goals. I'm super excited to see what happens this semester. They're gonna share this later, but I need to plug it myself before I leave. We do have an event coming up next week called Spilling the Tea, which focuses on like multiracial, multi-ethnic identities. It's next Tuesday, 12 to 1:30. I'll drop the link. But if I hear some of you saying like, oh, I want to get more involved in campus, or I want to explore this or that, and this is a great time to not only just interact with our community, but other communities. It'll be a collaboration with a few of the other cultural centers. So I strongly encourage for you all to attend. I'm hoping to see some of you there. And beyond that, they'll share more events at the end, but we also have a few cool events coming up through Seche, which again, I hear you all saying community, get involved, build network. Please attend. I'm encouraging that. But yeah, thank you all for having me. Enjoy your time dropping the links, and I hope to see you all very soon.
Thank you, Christina. Anybody else? I feel like we're missing a few parts. Okay, well, I will share my, okay, oh, I see somebody raise their hand. Would you like to go? I think it was, yeah. Was it Brianna who raised her hand? No, okay. Yeah, Brianna, would you like to go?
Oh, sorry, I think I did it back.
It was me actually that raised my hand.
Oh, I'm
So,
sorry.
I think that I want to work on communication more.
Okay.
I feel like I have the inclination that I'm alone. So I just want to be able to express myself more and say that I need help, right? Because I feel like I can do it all myself. I can do everything on my own, but I just think that I need to work on communication and work on communicating that if I need help, that the help is there. But yeah.
Thank you. No, it's definitely something very important because a lot of times we don't ask for help and we need it. So thank you for that. Anybody else?
I can go very quickly. I know you have another slide. Well, I feel like my professional and personal goals, they're like very similar. So for example, I really need to work on time management, and that isn't just for classes or like an academic sense, but it's also for like a life skill. And as for professional goal, I want to focus on communication and just organizing, and also being more like self-aware and open-minded, like being more considerate to others and trying to understand what others are going through. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you for sharing, Londra. Anybody else would like to share that hasn't shared yet?
I can go.
Thank you.
I guess they both tie in. I want to be more open-minded and I guess attend more events because I live somewhat far away and I haven't been on campus at all. Like at all. I'm taking all my classes virtually and I want to be more engaged and get to know more people. Yeah, I guess that's all.
No, that's something very good, you know, because I feel like a lot of times we want to get to know the campus we're attending, and I know COVID was like a barrier for that. Anyone else that hasn't gone?
I could go. So same with everybody else. My professional and personal kind of tie in together. I transferred in during COVID, so it definitely was very anxious, and I didn't have anxiety before, but it definitely brings it out being in a brand new setting. I think I took advantage of having everything being online. I started attending different Zoom calls, learning different things, going to workshops. So I've gained like that experience, and I hope to pass it on, to whoever I'm mentoring. And just kind of like, even if you aren't on campus, since I wasn't on campus when I first started, it's still possible to take advantage and get to know your campus without physically being there yet. And kind of just, how to branch out, how to reach out to your peers, how to reach out to professors and stuff like that. Because I mean, I've had the experience of doing it and it's still nerve wracking for me. So kind of just getting to make that easier for somebody else, giving them tips and pointers is definitely something that I want to do.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Karen agrees with you. Anybody else that hasn't gone? Okay. I want to say that I want you all to write those goals down because we are going to be checking about your goals throughout our mentorship program because we want to help you, we want to support you in accomplishing you those goals. And by the end of the program, we want you to be at least be able to succeed one of those goals or the majority of the goals that you have for yourself. Also, throughout the mentorship program, I want you to check in with yourself. Check in with yourself and check in with your mentee and mentor about their goals. Checking in about how they're doing, if like how can you support them with their goals, and maybe the areas that you feel that the mentorship events that we have for you could support you as well. So definitely write them down and keep them handy for the future events that we will be having. Okay, moving forward. We're gonna take a 5-minute break because you all been sitting in front of your computers for a long time, and maybe get up and stretch or use the restroom, and we will be back at 12. I'll say 12:12. Sounds good? Okay, see you all shortly. Welcome back. Just wait for people to start coming back, and then we'll continue with the other half of our presentation. Okay, so moving forward, we're gonna have breakout rooms. And what this means is that we're gonna have all the mentors. They all will be placed in one breakout room together, and they're gonna review their roles, responsibilities, and expectations. And I'm actually gonna leave it for 5 minutes. And mentees are also gonna be in another breakout room all together, and they're also gonna review their roles, responsibilities, and expectations. I created, which I was gonna put in the chat right now. I created 2 different Google Docs. One's for mentees and one's for mentors. So when Gerardo puts them in the chat, please, if you're a mentee, open the mentee one and have it opened, because you're gonna be using it when you're in the breakout room. You're gonna be having these conversations about your roles with other mentees. If you're a mentor, open the mentor one. Let me see if they're on the, yeah, they're, Gerardo, the first one's for the, okay, mentee. So the first one's for the mentee. So if all the mentees want to open this link, and then he's gonna post one for the mentors. And I'm gonna stop sharing because I'm gonna be putting you on breakout rooms. Give me a quick second. So I'm gonna put everybody in the room chat. Give me a quick second. Okay. So go down to mentors. 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 Let's see what else.
Gerardo?
Yes.
I was clicking the links from the mentors page, and the last one, the art of building relationships. When I click like control and then click, it doesn't bring up a link to go to it. So I'm not sure if it's broken or not.
Give me a moment. Let me check that out.
Okay, it works now. Thank you.
And Karen, I believe you are a mentor. So there. Okay, I think I put them in the right order. Hopefully I mixed up nobody. Let me put the timer 5 minutes. They all were able to open it, right? Just maybe one. Okay. So we have about 7 mentors right now. And I'm actually gonna pause. Okay. I'm gonna bring them back. Close. I just close the breakout rooms. So I'm gonna share my screen again. Oops. What happened? Gerardo? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. My computer froze on me. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so you all had an opportunity to chat with other mentors, other mentees. I want to know if you guys have any questions about your roles or any thoughts that come to mind. Are you guys? Is it clear your expectations as a mentee or mentor? Yeah. No thoughts or questions? Okay. Continue moving forward. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So I do want to give you guys an update about the pairing, mentee and mentor pairing. I sent you all a pairing matching form, and I'm using that as a guide to pair you with a mentee and mentor. However, I'm still missing some people, some mentees and mostly mentees to submit that form. My goal was to have it done by today so I could have you all paired by today. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. My goal now is to pair you up by next week. So by next week, you're supposed to receive an email from me or Gerardo with the email and information of your mentee or mentor and the name, and that way you could connect with your mentee and mentor and possibly have a Zoom call with your mentee and mentor and I don't know, just chat, get to know each other better. And especially because for your next event, which we'll continue to talk later on in our slides, you're gonna do a project together kind of thing. So before we get to that thing, the aspect of representation, I want all of us, mentees and mentors, and Gerardo, social justice leader, and me, assistant coordinator, to get to know each other a little bit better. So I want us to all go in a circle, not really in a circle, but like in the little cameras on Zoom, and share 3 things with each other. Like, do we have any pets? What's our favorite color? Do you have any favorite shows? And then share anything you would like us to know about your role as a mentee or mentor. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So I will go first. So you all know me. 3 things about me. Do I have any pets? I have tons of pets. I have quails, chickens. I have a turtle. I've had fish. I have fishes. I have a Dachshund dog, and I have a husky. So I have a lot of animals. Favorite color is blue. I think the show that I like and I'm excited for it is Stranger Things 4, the new season. Anything that I would like you all to know about my role here is that I'm here as a support, and I'm here whenever you need to meet with me or communicate with me. Please do reach out. And now I'm gonna pass it to Gerardo, and then just how I did it, I want you all to do it as well and share those things with us. So Gerardo, if you don't mind.
Awesome. I would not like to have a turtle. Growing up, my cousins had turtles and they would snap. I don't want to get my finger like hurt. Anyway, 3 things about myself. I do not have any pets. I do want to have my own dog. I'm a dog person, but nothing against cats. Cats are great. Though I'm an active person, so I want a dog that can go on a run with me. Previously, the previous tenants that lived with us, they had an allergy to dogs. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get one, but maybe I'll speak to the landlord and ask about getting a dog now. But as of right now, I'm not gonna lie, a stuffed animal. His name is Nico. He's on my bed right now. He's on his 4 hind legs. Every time I get home, he's right there where I left him. My favorite color, if you all can't tell, I'm gonna turn off my camera. the background is blue in my my profile pic there. As you can tell, I'm wearing blue. If it's not obvious already, it's blue. Favorite show right now, I'm on like the 6th season of Lucifer on Netflix. That show is pretty good. I like it. There's a lot of questions, regarding God and a lot of biblical allusions. I'm taking a couple classes. One of my philosophy classes is about God. So that show has me really kind of like, it's an interesting way. I got sucked into it. That show is pretty fascinating, and it makes me think about what went into the creation of that show. Anything I would like you all to know about my role as an SJL? Yes, I would like you all to know that my position here as a social justice leader is very, 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 very important to me. And that is to say, because for one, I am a student who was previously undocumented my whole life. So I was born in Mexico, and I only spent 2 years of my life in Mexico. Then my mother immigrated from Mexico to the US. So most of my education, growing up elementary, middle, and high school, I certainly felt what it was like to be an undocumented immigrant here in the US. In high school, I had to find other alternatives to programs such as Upward Bound. So unfortunately, because it was a federally funded program, I was not able to access certain programs like that. I always felt like I had to work harder than the person next to me. But it wasn't just me. There's so many more students out there that are undocumented, but that's one. So in high school, I got to participate in that internship that I previously mentioned that was outdoorsy, so habitat restoration. Then I started to care about the environment, and then continuing, I finally got my residency as a legal resident. I completed that last month, was my first year that I've completed. I've got 4 more years to go before I can apply for citizenship. But just here as a social justice leader, I think that it really, really matters to me because I have some sort of background and experience as just an undocumented student. And that's just one aspect of what the Latinx community may deal with. But my identity here is continuing to shift and continuing to grow, because I don't get to see my family often anymore. I'm living on my own, supporting myself, doing my own thing. So my role here as a social justice leader is really, really important to me. It really helps me connect more to my roots, to my own identity, connect more with other students, be able to share my experiences with other students, learn from other students and their experiences. So I want you all to know, just like Omar, I'm here to support, I'm here to learn, I'm here to grow, I'm here to share. This role is very, very important to me. I do a lot of social justice work just outside of the center as well. I care a lot about the environment and about this work that I do. So I just really want to highlight that. So I really care about this role.
Thank you for sharing, Gerardo. Also, Kat, I just want to let you know that I've had my turtles since I was 11. So it's been many years. So if anybody else would like to share, feel free to jump in.
Yeah, so you have your hand raised.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a cat. She's like a year old. She's like literally right here. This kitty. She like naps with me all the time. So my favorite color is green. I actually like green because it reminds me of nature. And I guess it kind of relates to the question at the end, like anything you want to know about me. It's like I'm always outdoors. Like I go running, I'm always hiking. I used to intern with the National Park Service last summer, so it really invigorated me to really appreciate the outdoors. But yeah, I'm a distance runner pretty much. But one of my favorite shows would have to be Parks and Recreations. I guess it kind of fits with like what I experienced last summer. But yeah, that show's really like sarcastic to a point where I'm like, this is kind of relatable to my humor. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Anybody else would like to go next?
No, I can go next. I also have a cat. Unfortunately, I'm living on campus, so I can't bring her with me, but she is going to be a year old really soon. I'm glad we've already went over that hurdle of the kitten phase because she was crazy when she was a kitten. My favorite color is also green. I've known I wanted to study botany since I was 7. So green has been my favorite color for a very, very long time. I have a lot of different favorite shows. I generally like a lot of shows from the 90s. I think an example I could use would be the X-Files. My dad made me watch that show a lot growing up. I'm actually named after the main actress in that show. I'm also a cinephile, so I consider myself a cinephile. So anyone who likes movies a lot, especially old movies, I love old movies. Please feel free to talk to me about movies. I love analyzing movies. Anything I would like people to know about me as a mentor. I absolutely love one-on-one relationships. In my club, I currently have 6 mentees under me. I love growing my network, and I love being able to help people and help, connect them to other people and just kind of generally guide them when they need guidance. I'm always here if you need me. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. I'd like to go next.
I can go ahead and go next. So I do have pets. I have 2 of them. One is a French bulldog. We got her March, I believe, of 2020, right when the lockdown started. And then we also have another pet. He's like a terrier mix. He's a little bit smaller, so they always go at it. My favorite color, I would say I'm probably between blue and red. I can pretty much go between those 2. And any shows right now, I would have to say Criminal Minds. They have quite a bit of seasons. I'll be catching up on some of those. And anything that you'd like me to know about my role as a mentor-mentee is that I encourage most of my mentees to apply to whatever opportunities that there is available, because the worst thing they can say to you is no. And even if they say no to you, like when you're applying for something, it's still good experience, whether you have to write a personal statement, a statement of purpose, or whatever. So, small victories add up eventually.
Thank you, Luis. Yeah, you could go.
I was gonna say, yeah, I could go next. I personally don't have any pets. I really, really, really want a dog, but I have a lot of little kiddos around the house. So if I get a dog, it has to be a small one. And I feel bad because kids and little dogs don't mix well. My favorite color is baby blue. And then favorite shows, I honestly just watch anything that's trending or somebody's like, you have to watch this show. I will watch it and give it a try. I really am interested in like murder shows though. I don't know why. It's just a weird thing that I've been watching since I was little. And then anything I would like you guys to know as a mentor, even if it's a fellow mentor or another mentee, even if you aren't my mentee, I'm always here and I'm available to talk. I always make time for everybody. So even if you're like, oh, I can only meet at nighttime, and that's perfect for me. I'm willing to be here. Any questions, I'm a message away and I'm always willing to connect with anybody I can. So yeah.
Thank you, Misty. I think Brianna had her hand up as well.
Yeah. So I do have a cat. His name is Misha. I've had him for a couple months. He's an orange cat. So if you know anything about orange cats, they have very big personalities. My favorite color is pink, but I also really like olive green, like I guess more specifically like a rose pink. The 2 colors together just bring me like relaxation. I have a lot of favorite shows, but I think I would have to say, I guess currently would be Dexter. I binged it in like 2 months. I was like, oh my gosh, the show is so good. Why did I wait so long? And anything that I would like you guys to know about me as a mentee, I'm really like excited to like connect and and just like connect with my mentors and mentees and everyone here.
Thank you. I haven't watched Dexter. I heard about it. I need maybe get into it. Who else would like to go next?
I can go next. Okay, I actually just got a puppy. Her name is Pebbles, and she's a little beagle. I also have an older beagle, and she's about 13 years old. They don't really get along because she thinks that the puppy annoys her, but at night they cuddle with each other, so it's like on and off. My favorite color, it's always changing. So I think right now my favorite color is like pink, just because everything I have right now is pink. My favorite show, well, my comfort show is That 70s Show. I just like to turn it on and have it in the background. And I know that there's a reboot happening. Don't ask me how I feel about it because I don't know how I feel about it yet. Um, and anything I want you to know about my role as a mentor. So I actually have a lot of experience with mentoring. Right now, I'm a peer mentor at Arches on campus, and I was actually also part of the pilot program here at Seche last year as a mentor. So I can help you in areas like organizational strategies, decision-making skills, general study skills, and time and life management skills. I also know that a few of you mentioned anxiety. Even though I'm not a psychologist, I've been there too, and I think I can help support you in the best way that I can and give you the strategies that I use that kind of helped me manage my anxiety in school. Um, and also I'm pretty flexible with my time. So I will try to make time, or I will make time to meet with you. And I look forward to meeting my future mentee.
We'd like to go next, and we have a few more people that haven't gone yet. Don't be scared, we believe in you.
Yeah, I'll go next. So I don't have any pets right now. Unfortunately, my cat passed away a few years ago, but I had him since he was a kitten. So I went through all that whole phase, and I miss him, but I still haven't had like the feeling that I want to get another pet. But I'm considering getting a Tamagotchi, see if I can see how that works out. My favorite color is green, and I also really like black. I wear a lot of black. And my favorite shows, currently, I am really on to Attack on Titan, the final season, Euphoria, and The Witcher. So I kind of like things like that that are all like fantasy and stuff like that. As far as like my role about being a mentor or is just, I want the mentee to kind of have this sense of like they're gonna get not just like a person that they could come to like with professional advice, but anything with like life advice or like anything like that. Right now, I'm currently about to take my comprehensive exams for my master's degree in April. So I know I have a lot of stress going on, but I want to help guide them and let them know that that there are strategies to kind of manage your stress and anxiety, and also to kind of just like know that sometimes it's okay to have fun when there's a lot of stress. I think I'm a big firm believer of like I have all this stuff going on, but I can't forget that I'm also still a person and I need to have friends. I need to make connections. So right now I'm also kind of like working on building my friendship connections again, because pretty much everyone that I went to school with in undergrad here at Cal Poly is already graduated and has careers, and I'm still in school. So it's kind of like, yeah, that's what I want them to know, that you're going to get a friend and you're also going to get like this professional mentor to hopefully get you a job on campus. Because that's the one thing that I'm working on right now with where I'm working at right now, is to see if they can hire someone after when I'm graduating.
Okay, I think I was next. I had my hand raised. Do I have any pets? Yes, I have a parrot. If you hear him whistling while I'm talking, that's my parrot. I have a Mexican redhead parrot, and I have 2 dogs, a pit bull and a chihuahua, the iconic duo. And then my favorite color is pink. I love pink. Any favorite shows? I think currently I'm watching Euphoria. I'm really excited for this Sunday to see what happens. I watch a lot of like legal shows too. A lot of like first responder shows. I think it's just because like I'm interested in pursuing a career in law. I want to be an immigration attorney. And anything I would like you guys to know is my role as a mentee. I'm just really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to be a part of a community that really cares and emphasizes growing relationships. And yeah.
Thank you. I think Abigail had her hand up. Is that right?
Yes. So for me, I have two pets. I have a dog and a cat. My dog is really not, she's 13, and my cat is like 3 years old. So, and my favorite color is pink, or the pastels colors. And a favorite show, I was binge watching in the winter break, The Big Bang Theory, because my sister got HBO Max and I took advantage of that. And I like that one so far. And I tried watching Friends, but I didn't really get into that. And then anything for me as a role as a mentor, I also got a job in campus as like a mentor slash tutor. So whatever I learn there, I will help and bring that over to our program and to my mentee.
Thank you. Merlin, would you like to go next? I see your hand.
All right, so I have 3 cats and 1 dog. And my dog started to act like a cat recently, so we're like just going through this whole stage where he really wants to be a cat. My favorite color is pink. My favorite show, I have a lot of favorite shows, but like my ultimate favorite show is Teresa. Anything, okay, about me.
The Spanish one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you
I'm really eager to be a part of this. I've always wanted to be more on campus and be involved in a lot of different things. So I think this is a good way to start getting involved. And yeah.
Thank you, Merlin. I believe we have 3 more people that haven't gone yet. So if you haven't gone, feel free to jump in. I believe it's Alondra, Karen, and Natalie.
I guess I'll go. I don't have pets. I have with my toddler and my husband, so I'm good there. Even though they're trying to convince me to get a dog, but I'm like, no. So and another thing, I don't know what else. Well, I'm a mom, student, and I'm graduating. So, and then my favorite color is turquoise. So it's like between greenish, purplish. And as a mentor, I just want to share that it feels like rewarding to know that you're gonna be a help and guide someone else. But also, I feel like I'm looking forward to learning also from the mentee, because I think there's a lot of value in that too. So yeah, that's me, and happy Friday.
I can go next. I have 1 pet. She's a mix of a pug and a wiener. So she's like long and short. And my favorite color, I mean, I don't have specific favorite colors. It depends, but the ones that I prefer are pink, black, orange, and blue. So it just varies. Favorite shows, I really love The Office, Parks and Recreation, The Good Place, basically sitcoms. But I was seeing Snowfall from, I think it's FX, and it's really good. So I'm just waiting for the 5th season, like in a couple of days. Anything about me? Well, I'm really excited for this. I want to get to meet new people. This week is the first week that I actually attended in-person classes, and I was very excited. I want to go back already on Monday, but even though I'm not looking forward to the class, I just want to be on campus. Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you, Alondra. And I think our last, but not least, Natalie.
Oh, I already went.
Oh yeah, okay. Then I guess that's everybody. Okay, so we're gonna continue moving forward with the presentation. Thank you all for sharing. I think this allows us to get to know more about you and your interests. So thank you. So we're almost done. Do you guys have any questions about the activity? About any comments? No? Okay, continue moving forward. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about what's next. When you all look at the doc for the mentees and mentors, you saw a section that said homework, right? So let me explain a little bit more. So our next event will be on March 25th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The reason why it's a little longer, it's because we are going to have two different sections. I'll explain a little bit right now, but basically what you're going to be working with your mentee and mentor is you're going to collaborate on a project. So you see on the right, there's 3 different workshops. There's 3 things you can lead, which is going to take place on Monday, March 7th from 6 to 7 p.m. And then there's one, building a team, March 17th from 10 to 15 to 11:45. And lastly, there's the art of building relationships, which will take place March 22nd from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So basically, you're all going to attend one of these workshops. You get to pick which one with your mentee. And based on that experience, you're gonna do a collaborative project. So you're either gonna create a slideshow, a flyer, a TikTok, a video, whatever you want to be creative with that summarizes the workshop you attended, and that lists at least 2 key takeaways from the workshop. So it could be like a short video, anything that show us the 2 key takeaways from the workshop. And then you're gonna work on that with your mentee. And you're on our next event on March 25th, you're gonna have an opportunity to prepare to share your creation and broadcast it for 1 or 2 minutes with everybody. Does anybody have any questions about this? Again, next week, you're gonna know who your mentee and mentor is. So definitely encourage you to connect with him or her and start thinking which workshop you want to attend and see what kind of project you want to do. Also, you can find this in the mentee document that we shared earlier. So please save that document because there you have your expectations, roles, and you also have this assignment. Are there any questions about this?
I think there's a couple of questions
Oh,
on
yeah,
the chat.
I just saw the chat. Thank you. Okay. Okay. You're leaving on the 25th of March. Okay. March 25th. Okay. Well, if you're leaving on the 25th, I would like maybe do one of the other workshops. Well, maybe consider doing the March 7th. If that works for both of you. Let me keep looking at the questions. Okay, there is, what happens if we can't attend the workshop? Okay, if you cannot attend, Abigail, please reach out to me and we could see what alternatives could be done for that. Okay. Sabino, spring break. Okay, so I have to double check when spring break is here at Capella Pomona. But again, if for whatever reason you can't attend or you're having some issues, please send me an email and we could see how we could work things out. Also, I see 2 people have their hands up. So if you want to speak, I can't really see who they are though.
Hi, this is Bree. I had a question. You said you emailed us like a form for us to fill in order for us to get our mentor.
Yeah, it is a matching form. You didn't receive it. It was sent a few times, maybe like 4 or 5 times.
Matching form? Oh,
Sorry?
okay.
You received it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, no, you're good. Are there, and then somebody else had their hand up?
Hi, yeah. So my question is, if our mentee or the mentor and the mentee, if we can attend one of these, but we can't attend the same one, is it okay if we present on both of them?
Yeah, that's totally okay. Yeah, that's fine. There's no problem with that. Berlin, I believe you said spring break is March 25th to April 1st. That's good to know. Thanks for that. Also, we have scheduled that day. It's gonna be March 25th. So we hope you all could attend because it's gonna be in person. And it's also, we're gonna have 2 different sections. So let me move forward to the next slide because I know we are running out of time. So the other part of this next event that we have is we're gonna have the Office of Student Success come in person, and they will also come and share some important information about the add and drop period and what it means if you drop out with 3 or more W's and other essential information that can benefit you all as students here at Catholic Pomona. So the first half, this is the goal. So the first half of this event is gonna be you all sharing your creative projects that you all did. And then the other half, it's gonna be her. She's not gonna be there for too long. She's probably gonna present for 30 to 45 minutes. I did extend it to 1:30, just in case there are some people that didn't get to share. They could we could leave that space for them to share. So yeah, if you're having any issues with like attending one of these, please do reach out to me. Also, moving forward with our mentorship program and events, as you all see, as you all heard, our leadership and growth mark will be on March 25th from 11 a.m. to 1:30, and it's going to be in person. It's going to be an SSB and PR. I think it's a room 1969. I have to double check the map, but this is the location. It's one of the bigger classrooms. We did ask to be allowed to have snacks. So like, for example, if you all want to bring some snacks to Eon, we did ask for that. We're still waiting to hear back from that. And then our next event after that will be on April, and it's Counter Stories, and basically share stories that reflect your experiences and knowledge. We're also looking into bringing a guest speaker, a poet, for this event. And we're also looking into having this event in person. We don't have a location or a time yet, or a date. We have an ideas, but as soon as we get that information, we will also share it with you all. And let me see, I see the chat. For our events, they're gonna be moving forward, they're going to be in person, but I know we're still going to be flexible. So like, let's say one of you can only make it remotely, we're going to make it happen so that you're still able to be there. But we do hopefully expect anybody, you all who could be there physically, to please be here. And then our final event will take place in May. Again, we don't know the time, date yet. And this is gonna be focused in professional development and career readiness. And we're also gonna talk about final steps, what's next. And so as all these events happen, definitely we're gonna see how these events help you with your personal and professional goals that we spoke about. And then I'm going to pass it to Gerardo, who's going to tell us more about the SECHA programs and events.
So in the chat, Luis said that he has to go. He has a meeting with his professor.
Okay. Okay, Luis, we'll reach out to you because we have to send you a share informational form that we need you all to fill out. So we'll send it to you. But sounds good, thank you.
And Sabina as well reached out to me directly in a direct message. She as well has to go. So for those of you who do need to go and have other responsibilities to get to, feel free to dismiss yourself. And yeah, like Omar said, we're just going to be talking about the future events that we have. I did mention that I am a social justice leader here at the center. Omar is our graduate assistant, so assistant coordinator here at the center. Other social justice leaders here at the Cesar E. Chavez Center will be facilitating these events here that we have. So Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022, from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. We're going to have one of our social justice leaders that will be facilitating the Spilling the Tea event, which is just meant to be a sort of dialogue where students can come and share, and she'll have specific questions for you all just to kind of hang out and get to know each other, maybe on a more personal level. We will have another one of our SJLs facilitating Café con Seche, in which we're going to have certain dialogues, oftentimes more serious dialogues. For example, the last Café con Seche, she had a dialogue concerning the experiences of undocumented students in the education system here in the US and their experiences. So similar topics like that will be going on. So that one's Tuesday, March 1st, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And then we're going to have another program in which we just talk about Bruno. I know everyone's going crazy over this movie. I have not yet watched the movie, so I don't know. I don't sound very excited about this one myself, but for those of you who are, they're going to have a conversation about Bruno and the movie Encanto on Thursday, March 4th from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. I'm not sure, but I believe they will be playing the movie. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I believe that they are going to be playing the movie. Yeah, and we're looking to finding like a place that has like a big projector. If we're gonna do it outdoors or indoors. Yeah, I haven't watched either, so I'm excited for this. Thank you, Gerardo. Also for the Spilling the Tea, I believe Christina put it in the link in the chat. So Gerardo, if you could repost the link, that would be great. And then any questions about any of the events that we have? Anything going on? Let's see. It's March 4th is a Friday, not Thursday. March 4th. Okay. Thank you for that. I'll let them know. Thank you. Okay. And I know we're running out of time. Lastly, before you all leave, your checkout ticket for today, Gerardo will put a link in the chat. We are looking at orange shirts and other things for you all. But we do need your shirt information. So there's a shirt information form that I was going to share with you in the chat. So please fill it out before you close your computer after this meeting. It should take you no more than less than a minute. It's really quick. Just your name, shirt information, size. So please do that. And then lastly, thank you all for coming here. If you all need to connect with me and would like to meet with me, Gerardo's also gonna drop in the chat my Calendly link for different days and times that I'm available to meet with you all. So yeah, thank you. Any questions? Gerardo and I will stick around for any questions, comments, and again, feel free to reach out if anything, and fill out the shirt information. Oh, do you have I see a hand up? I can't see what it is. I missed, somebody had their hand up and I missed them. So if you were that person, please unmute yourself and other than that, you're all free to go and do look at your emails, because we will be reaching out next week on who is your mentee and who is your mentor, and you can start connecting to see which event works best for you.
Thank you. Bye. Have a great
Bye.
day.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Oh, did you have a question?
I just, yeah, about the time conflictions with some of my bar stuff we have to do for the next meeting. Do we just email you about those?
Yeah. Yeah. If you like, my Calendly is on the chat. maybe we can meet about it, have a discussion about it, and see what other options could better work for you, your mentee. But yeah, if you prefer that, or if you prefer to email, that's fine too.
Okay. And one of these links is the form, right? For the
Yeah, the for the shirt, I believe is the first one, the one before my
Oh, I
calendar.
see.
Yeah.
Okay. And thank you.
No,
Have a
thank
nice
you.
day.
You too. Bye bye.